All right, let's dive in. Today, we're not just going through some dusty philosophy, we are embarking on an absolutely epic journey. Think of it as a climb, from the flat, boring valleys of despair, all the way up to the highest peaks of self-creation. Our ascent starts right now.
So our journey kicks off with a pretty stark warning. You've been told to map the world with logic, to hold on tight to this cold lantern of optimism. But here's the problem. That kind of sterile reason, it leaves you feeling hollow, starved of the very intensity that makes life worth living. Trust me, that little lantern is not going to be enough to light the way.
So, where do we begin? We start right here, in the shadow of the mountains, down in what Nietzsche calls the Valley of Last Men. This is the lowland of comfort, a place where people have traded away meaning for safety, and it's starting to feel pretty empty.
I mean, think about it. What happens when the old source of ultimate meaning, the sun that lit everything up, just goes out? Well, we're left shivering in the cold. Our modern systems are sterile granaries. They're full of facts and information, but they are spiritually bankrupt. And that is the hollow existence of the valley floor.
You know, to just cling to logic in this cold new world, it's a slander. It's basically an insult to the chaotic, terrifying, and beautiful reality of life itself. It's this sad attempt to tame something that is fundamentally wild, a messy, mythic truth that you just can't box in with reason alone.
So we're trying to climb out of this valley, right? But immediately we hit our first huge obstacle. And it's not a wall. It's this dense, completely disorienting fog. The fog of nihilism.
And this isn't just some abstract idea. It's a feeling. It's a weight. The spirit of gravity is that little voice in your head that whispers, "What's the point of any of this?" It's like a heavy, leaden cloak of despair that just paralyzes your will to climb any higher. It tells you to just give up and lie down.
This really lays out the choice with crystal clarity, doesn't it? On one side, you have the fog of nihilism. It offers nothing but a hollow existence, just weighing you down. But on the other, you have the sunlit summit of Dionysian affirmation, and it promises primordial joy and heroic affirmation. You can walk into the shadow, or you can climb toward the sun. The choice is yours.
So how in the world do we push through this fog? How do we survive the storms that are definitely coming? We can't rely on some external light. No, the fuel for this climb has to be ignited from within. This is where we discover the metabolic fire.
Now, this is absolutely crucial. The will to power isn't about dominating other people. Get that out of your head. It is the internal drive to grow, to overcome challenges, and to create. This is the fire that literally consumes the cold shadow of nihilism and transforms it into the red-hot energy of a new creation, fueling our entire ascent. And let's be very clear. This climb is no peaceful hike. It is a raging storm. You're going to face the Obsidian Sea, that terrifying, savage truth of existence that threatens to completely smash the comfortable, stagnant little order you've built for yourself.
And this brings us to the central question for any heroic climber. When that storm hits, when the agony is real, how do you use it as fuel? How do you actually transform poison into power, agony into a stimulant for life itself? The answer is, well, it's radical. You don't hide from the harsh, godless reality of the void. You don't sit back and analyze it from a safe distance. No, you consume it. You have to internalize all that chaos and horror, making it a part of your very being.
And this is exactly how that fire works. It takes the bitterness, the pain, the meaninglessness that you've just swallowed, and it metabolizes it. It breaks it all down and transforms it into a rhythmic, creative pulse, the very heartbeat that drives you up the mountain.
Now, once you've harnessed this fire, your entire perspective just shifts. You no longer simply endure life, you affirm it. You sing a passionate, resounding song, what Nietzsche calls a dithyrambic yes.
This heroic affirmation isn't about being happy all the time. It's about finding a deep, primordial joy in the entirety of your existence, the good, the bad, and the terrifying. It's the joy you feel when you're standing on a dangerous cliff edge and you feel for the first time truly and completely alive.
This reveals a really profound shift in thinking. See, life's meaning isn't something you find, it's something you create. Existence can be justified only as an aesthetic phenomenon. You are the artist, and your life's ultimate justification is the beauty, the tragedy, and the sheer grandeur of the story you compose for yourself.
So, how do we even bear these shattering insights of the void without completely breaking? Through art, through the stories we tell ourselves,
our own tragic myth. The rhythm and harmony of the spirit of music act like a protective layer, transforming raw horror into a heroic, beautiful, and bearable song.
The struggle, the storm, the fire, it all leads us right here, to the summit. This is the final stage of transformation, where we learn not just how to climb, but how to dance on the peak of our own self-created world.
This final metamorphosis happens in 4 steps. First, you finally throw off that heavy cloak of nihilism. Then, you embrace innocence and forgetting, which frees you from the chains of the past. From there, you achieve the sacred yes to all of life. And finally, you become a wheel rolling out of its own center, a being of pure, self-propelled creation.
And the ultimate state you achieve on the summit is this: amor fati, the love of your fate. This is the power to look at your entire life, every single joy and every sorrow, every victory and every crushing defeat, and to say with your whole being, yes, I would not have it any other way. I will it to be so, again and again for eternity.
The call, then, is to let your life become a dithyramb, a passionate, wild, beautiful song of affirmation. Because in this worldview, your true rank isn't measured by money or status, but by the degree of your freedom, your power to be the author of your own destiny.
And so here we are, back at the base of the mountain, looking all the way up. The path has been laid out. Your fate is calling to you from that summit. The only question that's left is the one you have to answer for yourself. Will you have the lungs for the eternal climb?